Superior Shelby. I'm a 71% successful grant writer, and I love talking about free money grant opportunities that you can qualify for and get approved of. No credit checks, no paybacks, no personal information needed like your date of birth or social. This is free money that you can get to start a business or to scale the business you currently have. In today's video, I'm going to go over thoroughly a $2 million grant for startups and also small businesses. It's a 4-step process, 7-month process, but it's super worth it because it's $2 million that we most likely don't have right now, and we have nothing to lose. Now, before I even dive deeper into it, first off, welcome in, friend. If this is not your first time coming in, hey friend, welcome back. If this is your first time meeting me, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm always talking about some really cool small business strategies, some cool, grants and all kinds of different opportunities that we can take advantage of, okay? All right, so let's get down to it. The $2 million grant that I went over yesterday is something I went over thoroughly, okay? I'm gonna briefly go over it. But I also want to help you guys with creating different ideas, innovative ideas that will create impact for your customers so you can qualify for this $2 million grant. Now, it's a 4-step process. We're going to go over all of the steps. And then also, I'm going to ask you guys some questions. You're going to let me know what type of business you have, and then we are going to create some ideas together. And then I'm going to assist you with applying for this $2 million grant. Deal? All right, so good morning. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday, you guys. So I posted on Instagram a few weeks ago talking about how I was looking for that perfect candidate to help them get $1 million in grant funding. Well, this is the $1 million grant I'm talking about. Instead, this is actually $2 million. You might be wondering how many people actually get the chance at winning the opportunity. Well, they actually give out this $2 million grant opportunity to over 400 businesses annually. They give out the money on a quarterly basis. There's 4 quarters in a year. And so we'll dive deeper into that. Or you can check out my live stream from yesterday where I went over everything as well, okay? So let's get into it, you guys. Welcome in. Make sure you share this live stream. I'm not going to make it super long today because I want it to be short, simple, and sweet. And I want us to get straight to the questions or concerns that you might have regarding this $2 million grant opportunity. Now, this grant is for any business industry, any gender, any ethnic group, any race, it doesn't matter, any sexuality, okay? And no matter where you are in the United States, you qualify for this opportunity. You don't have to have an EIN or an LLC for this grant, okay? That's what's crazy. Now, so far, so good, right? Now, I'm going to show you here on my handy dandy laptop the actual grant opportunity that we're going over today. Usually I posted the link inside of the description. I hope it's there in the description for us today. If not, then I'll go ahead and post it in there once we're done, all right? But I'm also going to show it to you here too, all right? So don't just hang on tight for 1 second. Now, $2 million grants, don't be spooked at the dollar amount, okay? It's up to $2 million. Some of you guys might not need $2 million to get yourself started or to, accelerate what you have going on. I totally get it. Well, if you know what the actual funding requested amount is, if you know how much you need for supplies, equipment, payroll, marketing, education and training, or whatever you're going to invest your money into for your business, if you know what that funding goal is, then go ahead and put that inside of your pitch proposal. And that's one of the steps that you actually have to complete. Now, what I thought was really interesting about this grant opportunity is that they're not asking for any financials, okay? Aside from your actual pitch proposal, and I'll get to that in a minute. So let me go ahead and show you guys the grant. We'll read over it, and then I'll give you guys some time for some questions, okay? Good morning, y'all. All right. Oh, also, before I get into it, okay, before I really get into it, yes, I am helping you guys apply for this grant, okay? I am offering the chance at you guys hiring us, all right? Because usually for these type of grants, this is a high ticket opportunity, but I really do want everyone to have the chance at potentially winning a high ticket grant opportunity, even if you are a startup, no matter what stage you are in your company. All right, so if you want to hire me, this is how it works. The grant writing offer for not only this grant, but we are also going to write 4 extra grants. So we'll write 5 grants for you for $420, okay? 5 grants for $420. Now, if this is something that and then it's just not just this grant. We're going to apply for this $2 million grant, but also 4 other grants that serve in your favor, all right? So if you want to learn more about how you can hire me to apply for 5 grants for you, including this $2 million grant that I'm talking about, then click the link in the description and book a one-on-one consultation with me, okay? Or you can just comment down below if you're watching this after and say I'm ready, and I'll send you the direct link to go ahead and pay the $420 and get started, okay? Now, yes, you can hire me to actually apply for this grant and 4 other grants, okay? Totaling 5 grants for you, 5 really high qualifying grants, okay? So if that's something you're interested in, just let me know. All right, so let me show you guys this $2 million grant. All right, so this is through the American Seed Fund, all right? So I want to know, have you guys actually heard of this opportunity before? I believe I've talked about it one time before on my YouTube channel, but I didn't dive deep into it aside from yesterday. So this is what it's about. It's through the American Seed Fund. Now, you guys know I don't gatekeep no information, so there you go. You can go to seedfund.nsf.gov, okay, and apply to get started. It says, so learn how startups can get up to $2 million to develop deep technologies. We'll walk you through our process and timeline, how to submit a project pitch, and what to expect along the way, okay? All right, so don't be spooked when you see technologies, friend, because we're going to dive deeper into how you can be innovative in your business industry. So stick with me here. Now, this is a 4-step process, okay? The first step is you go over the basics. The second step is submit a project pitch. The third step is you submit a full proposal. And then the 4th step you have here is the proposal review and decision. This is a 7-month process type of thing, okay? So this is not a quick turnaround time. This is not for the individuals who need, funding tomorrow, right? This is a $2 million high ticket, upper echelon type of grant opportunity, but it's so worth it, all right? 7 months, you'll have $2 million. It's crazy. All right, so the basics. The basics we went over in my live stream yesterday, so I definitely encourage you to watch that live stream from yesterday. I like literally went deeply into all the different types of business industries, but just to give you like a quick run through, this is the basics. What they're looking for is a startup, right? A startup that is going to be impactful, that has technological innovation, all right, that's bringing something new to their industry. Market pull, all right, so which means that you have evidence that your product or service could meet an important unmet need for your customers. And scale, so it has to be a scalable product, something that can be commercialized for sure. So let's read into it. It says, we help startups navigate the earliest stages of technology translation, investing roughly $200 million annually in approximately 400 startups. Each startup can receive up to $2 million to support translational research and development, from advanced manufacturing to artificial intelligence to biological technologies to environmental technologies. We fund nearly all areas of technology, okay? Now, they have some hyperlinks here. You can take a look at some of the different awardees. They've already did phase 1 and phase 2, so we are actually going into phase 3 and phase 4, okay? So eligibility requirements, just quickly going through, you must be a U.S.-based business, all right? Even if you are based outside of the United States, your partner, you must have at least 50% of the company's equity must be owned by a U.S. citizen, all right? Less than 500 employees. And your project investigator, which is most likely you or your team lead, they must pretty much be full-time on your team, all right? So that's how that works. Now, the different technology topic areas that they want you to meet. Now, there's so many different ones. I went into learning and cognition technologies. That's for like coaches and consultants. Medical devices. So we talked yesterday with Nicole. Nicole owns, I think, an assisted living facility, or she is a home health aide. But she wants to get into medical courier services. So maybe she can create some type of device or an app that she can use this $2 million for, right? So I want to, and before we end this live, I'm going to ask you guys what your business industry is, so that way I can give you guys some good ideas, all right? So, all right, so going back. Now, the second step is you submit a project pitch. Now, the project pitch, okay, I'm going to roughly go over this, but once you submit your pitch, which is pretty much an essay, or you can make it a 10-slide PowerPoint. What I advise or I recommend you guys is you actually make it a PowerPoint. The reason why is because once I click on here, I'm going to show you, we're going to go into all of the 4 sections. It can literally be like 2 slides per section, totaling the amount of words, something that is aesthetically pleasing, so that way the grantors won't get bored and they can clearly understand what your project is about and how you can make it scalable. All right, so you need 500 words. That it's all about, you know, technology innovation. So what is the product, the service, or what is the app, or whatever you're developing, what is it and how does it work? 500 words. So this could be a 2-slider. One slide can be have an actual video of the prototype maybe, or it can be like a diagram or something like that, right? And then another slide, but totaling 500 words, and 500 words is not a lot. The second part needs to be about technical objectives and challenges, right? So you need to give 500 words about how your particular innovative project is going to help out your clients, right? And then you can read, we dove deeper into this yesterday, but you can read all of this good information, but that's pretty much what that's about. Then you can do 2 slides on that, and then 2 slides on the market opportunity, which is expressing, and this is very straightforward, describe the customer profile. So who are you targeting, the pain points, and what will be the near-term commercial focus. So how are you going to commercialize this opportunity? And then the community and team. So who are you hiring, right, to complete this entire project, and explain your team and your background. How did you get into this business industry? 250 words, super like short and sweet. This can be an 8 to 10 slide PowerPoint that is, like I said, aesthetically pleasing, and that's very, like, you know, it can have like all kind of graphics and stuff that total these amounts of words, and then you can submit your pitch. Now, once you submit the pitch, okay, you got to create an account through here. You upload the pitch. Once you do that, you have to give them 30 days. After 30 days, so say you submit the pitch today, you got to give them by July 19th or around that, to let you know if you can go to the next step, which is step 3, submitting the full proposal. Now, the full proposal, this is something we went into yesterday. The full proposal, there's like a whole separate PDF on how that works, right? But you have to submit your full proposal, which is pretty much, if you are using this for your business or to start a business, your business plan. If you are a nonprofit, this will be when you submit your full project proposal, exactly what your nonprofit organization is about, what you're going to bring to the table. Now, you have the submission deadline, so you have by 5 p.m. your time, so rather that's Central, Eastern, or Pacific, by September 18th, November 6th, or March. Okay, so we got 3 more quarters to go. I remember we're in quarter 3 and quarter 4, like I said, so we got by September 18th for us to be within the next quarter, okay? All right, so these are the next steps. You can read through that super quick, but this was very interesting, and I've always talked about this. It says required registrations, okay? You have to be signed up for SAM.gov. Remember, I'm always drilling it in y'all head. Get the UEI number. Sign yourself up for SAM.gov. SAM.gov, System for Award Management, is pretty much the award, the trophy case for your business. So once you get this $2 million grant, it's going to help you develop your business relationship and reputation with the government contracts you're trying to get, or other government grants, because they're going to post onto your workspace through SAM that you receive this $2 million reward through a government funded organization, which is the NSF. Okay. You also have to be a part of the NSF community through research.gov, and also SBIR company registration. All 3 of these hyperlinks here are free, and you can literally do this today, all right, to best prepare yourself. And then you submit your proposal, all right? So once you submit your proposal, what they're going to do, they're going to go through like your system award management. They're going to make sure everything corresponds, with your business, things like that. Now, once you submit the proposal, then you have to give them 6 months, okay? You have to give them 6 months to review your proposal. It takes 6 months. Because one, they got to have the team to sit down to review your proposal, take a look at the market research, and then also, go behind what you're saying, making sure that it makes sense, because this is $2 million here. They're not just going to give out the money just because you came with all this paperwork and this documentation that they require. No, they need 6 months to review your proposal and possibly reach back out to you and have a Zoom conversation. This is $2 million. This is too much money for them for you to only submit an application and it's just one and done. No. This is a high ticket grant opportunity, okay? So you got to be willing to participate. You have to be willing to, represent your project and things like that. Now, you may be thinking, oh, this is a grant for only tech businesses. This is a grant only for people who want to develop an app. This is a grant only for people who wanted to get into cybersecurity. No, this is not. This is a grant for startups and small businesses who are looking to invest into their companies or create that extra stream of income or bring something new to their industry, right? This grant is a high ticket grant opportunity that is super worth investing the time and applying for. And also, it's going to put you in the position to network with other investors, right, to develop your company or whatever you're doing. You guys are a part of some amazing business industries. Yesterday, we went over 3 different business industries: a catering company, which is food and beverage, a medical company, right, which is Miss Lady Nicole, and then we also went over the beauty industry, a woman that was, I think she was selling wigs or getting into hair, right? I gave you guys some good examples. Right now, while you're watching me, I want you to go ahead and drop what your business industry is. What does your business do, or what is the business industry that you want to get into? And what I'll do is I'll give you an idea on how you can bring some tech innovation to your business industry and how you can actually get approved for this $2 million grant. Now, there's only a few of us on here, right? So remember, earlier in this live, I went over and it said that they award 400 businesses annually. If there's only about 20 of us on here, that means all 20 of us get the ability to get this $2 million grant. You think I didn't apply? Honey, I definitely applied, okay? So let me see. Go ahead and drop your business industry or the business industry that you're getting into and what your company does so I can have understanding. And then I'm going to give you an idea on how you can bring some tech innovation and drive impact to the customers that you are marketing to, okay? All right, so let's get down to it. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Now, I'm just now seeing y'all chat. Hey, y'all. How's it going, friends? Shy say I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's do it. Okay, all right, so property preservation notary signing agent. All right, so property preservation notary signing agent. So in that, because that's like administration work, apps all day, developing apps for a specific type of how whatever task we're doing, right? So in notary, one thing when you're doing notary, one thing I noticed that there's some new apps out here where you can do like virtual notaries, right? Well, maybe you can do an app sort of like that where you partner up with Zoom. And I think there's already one with Zoom where you are like they do notary, but kind of something like that. And then you also can grade them, right? Where they can actually grade them inside of it. Also, you can offer additional things too. So not just the services, but also contracts, especially when we're talking about real estate. So in this app, it can be like education on real estate. It can be contracts, it can be notary signs, and you can have all different types of agents that come onto this app. And that, like I said, partnering up with Zoom, and I'm just throwing this out there. This is not an actual idea you can act on, but something that you can bring to the table in your industry when you are actually doing the actual job, and you're like, dang, I wish we had this to make this easier, to make the workflow easier. That's what I'm saying, okay? Maybe it could be a thing where it can be a challenge for, submitting the document to a third party, right? Because a lot of the times when we're talking about getting notaries and getting things done, well, I know a lot of people that they'll get it signed, but they might kind of fail on submitting the document. Maybe you can offer that opportunity where kind of like DocuSign, where like both of the parties are there and then you submit it to both of them instantly like that, right? Or something along the lines. Maybe you can create some type of website or an app specifically for notary signing agents, so that way they can market to those people that are looking for a notaries, right? So kind of like a Angie's List, specifically for notary signing agents, right? So you can create different apps, something that you can bring to your industry that is needed though, right? Because that is also the kicker to this. It has to be needed. So even when you develop the idea, you have to do the market research and say, is this really needed? On average, how many people actually need me in this with what I'm doing, and then on average, how many people need what I'm bringing to the table? Okay, so let's see who else we got here. I hope I helped you out with getting the wheels turning. Let me see what else we got. I want to start a tech company. Okay, Beth. So what kind of tech company? More specifically, electric. Okay, that's fine. So what in electric? And this would be a really great grant for you because the seed fund actually funds a lot of the. Well, mainly this is for tech businesses, but they fund a lot of tech-like businesses. But it has to be something, innovative, right? It can't be like EV charging stations because that's something that someone already created. So you would have to, if it was going to be EV charging stations, maybe you can create a certain innovative plugin, right? A certain type of plugin or a piece or a product that will make the actual setup for the EV charging stations easier, right? You can get a $2 million grant for that. What else we have in here? I want to say I do childcare in my home now, but I want to open a full daycare. Okay, so you can open a full daycare. There's grants out here for that as well, but this grant I'm talking about is a $2 million grant, and you have to think about, all right, for childcare, especially with childcare development, that is, you can talk about education, right? Or you can develop some type of tech for education. Maybe it can be like, I don't know, it can be like a handheld small cell phone for kids, right? Starting at 2 years old. And nowadays, all the kids at 2 years old, they're already on little phones. But it specifically has only like educational programs on it, like ABC Mouse, right? So maybe you can create an actual handheld device for that. Or maybe like a teddy bear, like a Care Bear that only, expresses to you guys, or only educates, ABCs and things like that, right? That's another thing. And then, or because you want to get into childcare or you're into childcare, well, a lot happens in childcare, right? Maybe you can create this certain type of first aid kit specifically for childcare providers that is so good that it's recommended in all childcare facilities, right? Maybe it's something like a first aid kit that has an EpiPen and it has med tech devices in it that checks your sugar and all kinds of stuff. But this particular first aid kit can be something really cool, right? So it can have all kinds of stuff. It can be like this box, and you got to use your thumbprint to unlock it, right? Or you can use a code, or like you scan the ID badge or something to unlock it. And it has like all of this stuff. Maybe you can create some type of innovative locker for the children, right? A locker, a smart locker. That's tech. That's bringing something new to your particular industry, and that's childcare, right? With children have cubbies, right? So now you can create lockers for them, and it's easy peasy. Maybe you can create some type of easy to log in check-in system, like an app-based type of thing, where the parents can, once the kids, especially if we're talking about after school care, when the parents, once your child comes from the school and it comes to your facility, you check them in. Now the parents get a notification on their phone. They know that their child is in your facility, right? So you got to think about what is the day-to-day operations for my business industry, and how can I bring some type of innovative project or some type of tech innovation or some type of new type of product or service, right? That has something to do with tech that is needed, that can make the process easier, right? For this $2 million grant. Okay, I hope that works. Let's see who else we got. Electronic fingerprinting and virtual mailbox. Okay, cool. So electronic fingerprinting. So I don't really know how like the electronic fingerprint, well, as far as in that, I'm guessing that's like backgrounds. And then virtual mailbox. So do you have a physical location kind of like P.O. Box, or are you only just giving them the addresses. And if that's the case, then maybe you can develop something that will generate a new mailbox for them every like for each particular kind of like Regis, right? Where they have their app, but it's only on the Regis app, right? But for your particular thing, you can be like kind of like for you can plug you be like a plug-in for everybody instead of it only being for Regis. For example, you can be that search-based like search engine for people who are looking for a virtual office or virtual mailbox in their area. It can be LA, it can be Miami, it can be New York, it can be Arizona, Texas, it doesn't matter, right? And then your app will serve as a plugin for marketplaces like ADP, right? The payroll system, or for QuickBooks and things like that. So it will serve as a plugin, right? So that way, when people are on these apps and they're trying to get their LLC through like LegalZoom, then they can get their virtual office through you. You will be that addition, right? So you can probably do something like that. Independent nurse and independent nurse and delivery contractor. Okay, that's super dope. Let me see. I'm so late. Sorry. Is this a tech grant? So this grant is actually for any startup who it wants to bring something new to the table in their business industry. And yes, it has to be like a tech type of project. And it's not just for businesses, it's also for nonprofits too. Okay, so it's called the America Seed Fund. 400 businesses annually get this $2 million grant opportunity. All right, so they've already done the first 2 phases. And I believe that probably only not even 20 businesses got it. So we got to keep pushing so we can have the ability to get this $2 million opportunity, okay? Even though it is a tech-based grant, what we're talking about right now in this part of the live is I'm giving you guys some ideas on how you can bring some type of tech idea or tech innovation to your business industry. Like with the childcare idea, right? The childcare idea was pretty much, I said maybe you can create some type of smart locker, or you can create an app where you can log in your kids, right? And now all of the parents know where their children are, things like that, right? But creating something that's new. If you create an educational based program like ABC Mouse, if you're a coach, consultant, or if you're into youth development and just educational development, if creating like a website, an app, or an educational type of software, that's tech as well. All right. Creating a physical product. So maybe you're doing hair, right? Remember the hair braiders when they were braiding hair, and then now all of a sudden you find like this thing where you just put your hair in and now it braids your hair, right? Well, that actual handheld device, you can create something like that, right? You can maybe create something like that specifically for individual lashes if you're into, if you're a lash esthetician, right? Maybe you can create something that's better than, the suction cup that sucks the dead skin off. Maybe you can do something where it's like, it does water and, or it blows steam and you can like scalp your skin. I don't know, something like that, right? But what I'm saying is the whole purpose of this $2 million grant is $2 million. This is a high ticket grant opportunity. This is not like one of those $10,000 grants I'm talking about with Hello Skip. I'm always talking about those. This is an upper echelon grant. This is a grant for someone who is not playing with themselves, okay? This is not for someone who's trying to get rich tomorrow. This is a 7-month process, $2 million grant. And all they're asking for you to do is to provide pitch and proposals and documentation showing that what you are bringing to the table in your business industry is what's needed, okay? Some of you guys have some amazing ideas. You have holistic wellness and healing businesses, right? You guys have youth development projects where you guys, like you have nonprofit organizations where some of y'all are doing like gun and justice reform type of nonprofit-based organizations. Some of you guys are getting into tiny homes, right? Maybe you guys say, I ain't seen nobody create a tiny home based app where you can find your local tiny home. I mean, we got Airbnb, but we don't got the tiny home app, right? Right, all right. So something like that, okay? Let me see. Can I get a grant for hemp CBD? Yeah, there was a grant out. I believe it's over now. there was a grant out earlier at the end of this year, beginning of this year. They were giving out $25,000 to someone who who was in the hemp business or cannabis-based business. So cannabis-based businesses can definitely get grant opportunities. Do I know the process for it? No. I definitely know that you have to have all of your certifications and your ducks in a row for those opportunities. A lot of the times you have to already be a part of organizations when we are talking about those type of, substance like tobacco, alcohol, casino, and all. Like you have to be a part of like unions and stuff in order for you to get those type of grants, okay? So join a community, all right, where folks is making big bucks in that type of business industry. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get it. So, invention for solar power. Can you post the link to the grant? The link to the grant should be in the description. If not, visit seedfund.nsf.gov. Here you go. There you go. And it's also on my live stream from yesterday. All right. So, seedfund.nsf.gov. All right. Okie dokie. So, I would love for you guys to go ahead and have at it. It's a 7-month process. It's a 4-step process. I wanted to bring this grant to you guys. I'm going to continue to talk about this grant for the rest of this month. The reason why is because I want you guys to understand the difference between startup-based grants through Hello Skip and those easy to apply grants that I'm always talking about. You guys love, okay, because they're so convenient versus a real big bank grant. All right. Like a grant that really requires like this is for the real bosses, okay? That a grant that is like, this is what I like to actually take my time out of my day and actually apply for you guys, okay? These are the grants I like to apply for. The $10,000 grants, those are really cool. Those are like raffle-based grants, right? But this grant right here is pretty much like a first come, first serve opportunity. Pretty much got it, you know what I mean? As long as you provide all the information, and as long as the information you provide is accurate and it makes sense. As long as you are making sense and the cents make dollars. That's it, all right? This is not a challenge. So you can visit seedfund.nsf.gov. You can apply for yourself or you can simply have me apply for it for you. Me and my team, we are applying for this grant and 4+ other grants for $420. So if you are interested in that and you're looking for a 71% successful grant writer, you want to learn everything about grants. You want to be able to check my answers and also use some of my answers to jumpstart and kickstart your grant writing journey. This is the perfect opportunity for you. For these type of grants, I usually charge much more, but because this is a startup grant and I also want everybody to have the chance at getting one of these high ticket grants. I'm always talking about $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 and $50,000. But this is a real big grant, and I want you guys to understand how grants work for real. So this is not one of those easy to apply Hello Alice, Hello Skip grants. This is one of those real big dogs through the government. So I want you to get comfortable and understand how these grants work, because these are the opportunities that will most likely guarantee give you the funding that you're looking for. Those other grants that I talk about, they're easy to apply. They're fun. We love applying for them. 4-question applications, really cool, simple, and sweet. Matter of fact, you guys can sign up for Hello Skip, use my invite code. You can pay $20 a month through Hello Skip. They'll automatically apply for those easy to apply grants for you. But when we're talking about these high ticket grants, something that these grantors actually do care about your project. They actually do care about your development process. They actually do care that you invest your money and you hire people and you get your supplies and equipment that you're looking for. These are the actual type of people you guys need to be applying to. The reasons for why is once you get the money, you get the network too, baby. And the network is worth way more than the grant opportunity. Because when you have other innovative ideas or you have other products and other businesses you want to develop, you have investors and you have other business owners that you can do business to business related type of opportunities. You know what I mean? So this right here is literally kickstarting your way to literally scaling your business. But you got to be ready. You got to be ready. You got to believe. You got to have faith. Okay. And when we're creating these pitches and these proposals, and I gave you some really good gems in this video. I said you can create an 8 to 10 slide project pitch, which will total out which one will be aesthetically pleasing, it won't bore the grantors, and it will really help you increase your chances of approvals for this $2 million grant. It's only about 30 of us on this live, and they give out this $2 million grant to 400 businesses annually. We're only in June. We're only in June, okay? If we take a look at it, I'm pretty sure not even 50 businesses already got funded for the $2 million. And you want to know why? And it's because not a lot of people are talking about this opportunity, because not a lot of grantors or not a lot of grant writers or not a lot of people really are taking the time out to dive deep into this opportunity and to understand what this grant opportunity or who they're looking for. Right? So not a lot of you guys are understand or know what this opportunity is. And even when you go to the website, you might get spooked because you see that it's steps on here and you're like, I don't understand these steps. I'm not going to apply for it. $2 million, $2 million. They're not asking you to check your credit. $2 million. These people don't want to know where you stay at. $2 million. They don't want your ID. $2 million. They don't want your social. $2 million. They don't want your bank account statements or tax returns. Are you kidding me? All they're asking for is not even a 5,000 word essay project pitch. $2 million. You don't even believe that you can't even put together like 2,000 words or so to let them know how you can, like, come on. $2 million. All they're asking for is pitches and to show up to possibly a little Zoom so you can explain to them exactly how you're going to use the money. You can't be afraid. Scared money don't make none. Okay? Seedfund.nsf.gov. That is the website. All right? Seedfund.nsf.gov. This is not one of those quick turnaround time grants. This is a high ticket grant. This is a $2 million grant. Not one person get it, 400 people get it. 400 projects get it. 400 businesses get it. And probably not even 50 people already got it. We're halfway through the year. Why aren't you applying? Seedfund.nsf.gov. That's the website, right? Now, like I said, you can hire me to do it for you because it is going to take time. You have to create the pitch. You have to also register yourself with the other 3 hyperlinks that we went over earlier in this live, right? So there are steps. This is a 7-month process. But for $2 million, your ass ain't going to make $2 million in 7 months. You're not. Not working a job and not doing what you're doing right now. You have nothing to lose. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You literally have nothing to lose. $2 million in 7 months. You can get $2 million in 7 months just by applying for this opportunity and applying yourself. Okay? This grant is for anybody. You can be a startup no matter what phase you are in your company, but if you are bringing some type of innovation to your business industry, right, then this is the perfect grant opportunity for you. I did a full live stream diving deep, okay, on like literally how this grant works. My live stream from yesterday also has in the description the direct link, so you can go there too, okay? So, do we have any questions? So, to get me, if you guys want me to actually apply for this grant for you and also 4+ other grants, remember I'm charging $420. This is a $2 million grant. No, I'm not going to charge you $30, $50. Get the hell off my life. This is a high ticket grant, and I'm only talking to the people that you already have already got a project plan or idea in place. You just need the money. This is for you. All right? This is for you. This is not somebody who's trying to get rich tomorrow. Get off my life. This is not for you. This is for the real business owners, the real bosses, the real CEOs, the real stand-up guys. All right? The upper echelon. Where y'all at? Are y'all in the building? Are we in the building? Because this is who this is for, all right? This is why I chose this $2 million grant specifically to show you guys the levels to this shit. There's levels to applying for grants and getting approved to it. You got some people out here that are, oh my God, I applied to grants and I never got approved for it. But honey, you are applying to a grant opportunity that is a nationwide opportunity. Thousands of people apply to this grant. But when we talking about millions of dollars, ain't no thousands of people finna apply for this grant opportunity. You wanna know why? Because majority of the people are not gonna take out the necessary time to even complete the pitch for this. And in my live streams, I also gave you guys an artificial intelligence tool that you can use, right? A free tool, all right, that you can actually use to develop your pitch. I give way too much free game on this YouTube. So when y'all be like, oh, I don't want to pay for the consultation, if you don't see value in it, baby, you are not my target market. I got too much free game on here. And I'm also like motivating you and encouraging you to go after the money that's literally sitting right there waiting on you to go get. You just got to go get it. That's all, friend. Okay? So I want you to drop some questions. What questions do you guys have? If you ask me a question on, and let me answer this frequently asked question. Are there grants in my blank industry? Let me go ahead and answer this question because I know y'all finna ask me this. Y'all always ask me this. Y'all always ask me this. So let me go ahead and give you my spiel. And I say this all the time. I have a short. I say it, so I'm going to give you the spiel. All right? Here it is. For the ones that are going to type in, are there grants for my blank industry, for my trucking industry, for my business industry, for this industry? For those of you who are about to type, let me answer the question, okay? Yes. For any business industry across the world, there are grant opportunities for you to take advantage of. Here are the 3 main websites that I would recommend that you write down right now and you take advantage of. Grants.gov is the #1 website in the United States of America that you would use to search and apply for government-based grant opportunities. Grants.gov grant opportunities, you can register your business through there and you can use the filters in place to find it. It is a free website. For those particular grant opportunities, I highly recommend that you are a seasoned business, at least 2 years or older. The second website that I advise that you use to search and apply for grants that serve in your favor is grantwatch.com. Grantwatch.com. Grantwatch.com is a $40 a month subscription. It is an easy to use site. You can use the filters in place to search and apply for the grants that serve in your favor in your business industry, in your favor as a company owner. So whether you are a woman-owned business, a black-owned business owner, a veteran business owner, a person with disabilities, business owner, you can find grants in your local area as well. All right, grantwatch.com. And last but not least, if you are a startup company, this is your first time learning about grants. This is your first time getting your feet wet about grants. This is your first time getting into the grant writing journey. I highly advise that you sign up for HelloSkip.com. HelloSkip.com is a federally certified nonprofit organization. It's a free app. You can download it on your phone. It's blue and white. And you can use my invite code, Superior Shelby, which is my name, Superior Shelby with IE at the end. It's a free website. HelloSkip is a perfect website for all startups and people who are just learning about grant opportunities because you can go into the app. They have revolving over 20 grants a month. You can apply to those easy to apply opportunities and all of the grants that they post inside of the app for free that serve in your favor. So I gave you 3 really great sites: grants.gov, grantwatch.com, and helloskip.com. Okay? Now, are there grants in your business industry? Yes. Use the 3 websites that I gave you. Are grants a guarantee? No, because you don't pay them back. Grants are no guarantee because you don't have to pay them back. But they're so worth applying for, okay? Free money, no credit checks, no paybacks, no personal information needed, no bank statements, no tax returns, no ID, no social security needed, okay? 4 ways you can get approval of a grant. 1 way is through a pitch competition, which is like Shark Tank. Another way is through a raffle, with a raffle or random drawing. You still have to apply in order for you to be in the raffle pool. A 3rd way is through a first come, first serve opportunity. We saw that with the small business PPP and pandemic funding. And last but not least, you can get approved through a grant simply by a full judgment, which is kind of like the grant we went over earlier, which is when they are asking you to provide documentation and also complete an application, and they're reviewing the documents and also the answers you put on the application, and they're choosing the best candidate out of all of the applicants, okay? So, I hope that's my spiel. I hope that answers the frequently asked questions. Now, I'm gonna open the floor for any questions aside from, are there grants in my business industry, okay? How do I find grants? And, how do I get approval of a grant? Because I just answered all 3 of those questions just now. All right, so go ahead and drop your questions. regarding this grant. Remember, this is a $2 million grant. This is a grant now for anybody who wants to bring some type of impact in their particular business industry, tech impact, okay? So no matter what business industry you are into, you have to be bringing something to the table. I gave a really great example. Someone in here is into childcare. I said maybe you can develop an app where you can check in, like a check-in app for your kids, especially for after-school kids, right? So when they come from school, they go to your childcare facility, you check them in on the app, and it sends a notification, text message or something to the parents, letting them know that their child is ready for pickup. Kind of like an Amazon order almost, right? So you can create something like that. I also gave another example with the childcare facility example where you can create a locker, because we know kids, they have cubbies and all kind of stuff. Well, instead of having those cubbies and things like that, you can just have lockers that way. And it can be like, fingerprint lockers, or it can be like a coded locker where only the code is for the parent, right? The parent and the teacher. Something like that, right? But that is a tech product, that is a tech supply, that is an equipment, that is something technological based that you are bringing to your business industry that you can get this $2 million for, all right? Yesterday, I gave another great example, and I want you guys to drop your business industry again, because maybe I can give you another example. I also gave another example for the catering business. Someone yesterday had a catering company. So I said, well, maybe you can kind of be like like the Angie's List or like the Airbnb type for a catering company. So maybe someone who is going to another city or state, it may not be from that city or state, but they want to host an event there and they're looking for a catering company. Well, they can just simply go on your app and they can find the top catering companies that are graded in 5 stars and stuff like that, and have all of their reviews on there, giving them reassurance on booking that particular catering company, and they know for a fact that this is the perfect person to go for. I dove deep into how the steps can go on the app and all that good stuff, and that was for a catering business. And that same app example I gave, you can create something like that for your food truck business and all kind of stuff. So you got to think in your day-to-day operations and processes, or what it takes for you to actually complete what you're doing, what your business is, or what your project is. What tech innovation, or what new type of what can you bring? What can you bring new to the table, right? That's gonna make you different. That is technologically based, right? So that's kind of what we're going over, and this is a $2 million grant. All right, so let me see. What do you guys see? We're here. Hey, Bina. Are you aware of grants for people who don't have who do not have a business? Yes. So grants for people. I don't know why you asked me that, but I feel like, all right, don't ask me a dumbass question like that anymore. I'm very highly educated, so let me explain something to you. A grant is a grant, but don't ask me something like that. This is a business YouTube, period. And I'm not trying to be arrogant or an asshole, but I'm just saying don't ask me questions like that. Because you already know we're talking about business, so why would you ask me a question about it? You know what I mean? But just to give you clarity, right? Just to answer your question, because I'm still not an asshole. Just to give you clarity, all right? Yes, a personal grant is what rental assistance is, what WIC assistance is, what EBT SNAP food assistance is. A personal grant is veteran assistance, right? Social security income, right? That is a grant. That's a personal grant, okay? There you go. And how do you find them? You go to your local career source. You go to your local, whatever that website that will be, right? Especially if you're trying to get WIC assistance, you can go to Department of Children and Family, right? Or something like that. But that's not me. I'm not a social worker. I am a boss. Get off my life. Get off my life. What? All right. You have to pay. Okay, cool. Super nice. I'll pay is my website on my page. Okay, no. I have a website for you. I have a link for you. Okay, I do have a link for you to be able to make the payment. Do you want to book a one-on-one consultation with me first, so that way you can have understanding on how this works? Okay, I have 2 inventions in one. Okay, this is super dope. What grant are we going over today? Like a tech-based grant. I have a project dealing with music and smart contracts. Will this qualify? Yeah, it depends on what the project is, right? So if the project, it depends, right? It depends. It depends. If the project is like community based and it has nothing that is tech innovative, then no, right? Because that's the purpose of this. Um, Let me see. Idea for cosmetology and barbering. Oh, I went over that yesterday. So I got a $750,000 grant, Mike, for someone. Kind of the grant that we went over that I did for them last year that they won. It's kind of similar to this one. This one is more high ticket though, because that one was up to 750K. This one is up to $2 million, right? And each person gets up to $2 million, so that's also different. So they created an app kind of like Style Seat, but this app, you can book, you can actually book your barber, right? Or the person who's providing the service to come to you. So if you are a celebrity or if you are a busy person and say you are just traveling, right? Well, you can use this app and you can find someone who has good ratings and things like that. And then you would book them to come to where you are. Okay, so something like that you will be bringing to the industry that will be new and different. Okay, maybe you can create some type of clippers that is easier to clean, right? Or maybe like a some type of chair. Maybe you can create some type of luxury barber captain seat that massages you, and it also gives you the whole facial treatment situation as well, right? So you know what I mean. So it has to be something kind of like tech innovative. All right. Yes, you would like to do a consultation. Okay, the link should be in the description here for you guys. Yes, it is. The link is in the description. You can always book a one-on-one consultation with me, especially if you want to know if these grants or if this grant opportunity is perfect for you. I just dropped the link here in the chat for you guys and also pinned it for you, okay? So there you go. The link is also in the description of this video, okay? That's hard. I appreciate you. Oh, it's my pleasure. So yeah, you can create something like that. There are a lot of beauty industries here. I'm in the same industry. Yeah, so yeah, same thing. So another thing, you know, you guys, like another tech project, like for example, the lash esthetician. Right now, they have that big robot that actually puts lashes on. Right. Well, maybe you can actually create the robot that fixes that robot. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, stick with me now. If you're in barbering school, right, or if you are, yeah, if you are want to own a barbering school or something like that, baby, you can create some type of, you know, mannequin, right, that is actually like artificial intelligence robot live mannequin, right, but just the head. So imagine this mannequin, right? The hair can grow, the hair grows, right? And so when you're cutting hair, right, it's and when you're in barbering school or cosmetology school, both of them, you have to cut hair, things like that, wash, shampoo and stuff. Well, maybe this mannequin will actually let you know, maybe it can change colors. Maybe the whole face can turn red, right? Or maybe the face can turn blue or green, giving you some type of sensory or something like that lets you know when you are doing something incorrect or correctly, right? Or when you have completed the project. And also maybe this mannequin can be time-based too. So maybe on the bottom of the mannequin, right, you have the head and then you have the neck part, but maybe on the neck part, it can be like a timer. Because one of the things that in cosmetology school and barbering school, it's all about hours. Well, now you have your handy dandy, you know, your head that you paid for, and you have to pay for it anyway when you're in cosmetology school. Now you have your mannequin, and now your mannequin, every time you walk through the cosmetology doors, it automatically is clocking you in, right? So now the timer's going, and now it also is timing you on your projects and all kinds of really cool stuff, right? And then maybe that timer, because now that we're talking about a mannequin that has artificial intelligence with it, maybe it automatically uploads to some type of software for cosmetology schools. That way they can keep track of their database on who actually is completing these hours. and who's actually completing the task and the hairdos and the styles and stuff, right? So that's something new that you can bring to the beauty industry. And that's just for schools. And then when we're talking about in this tech-based grant, it's a $2 million grant. So one of the things that they want to know is, how are you going to commercialize as well? This is a perfect product to commercialize because you're going to have it in all of the cosmetology and barbering schools across the nation, right? A mannequin that literally clocks your time and it uploads your hairstyles and times onto some type of software, right? So now you're creating a mannequin and a software all in one. It's an all-in-one thing. Like, that makes sense, right? Right. So I'm hoping that that's just, you don't have to really create that, but that's just like an idea I just came up with. But that's a technical innovative project that I just came up, or an idea that I'm giving you as an example that you can bring to the table in your industry that's new, that no one else is doing, right? Because everyone else can sell like clippers and flat irons and all kinds of stuff, right? That you can literally wholesale that and freaking stamp your logo on it, and while you're selling flat irons tomorrow, right? So you can always do that, but this grant is a $2 million grant specifically for someone who's going to bring something new to the table. Innovation, baby. This is the upper echelon grant, $2 million, okay? All right, so I would love to apply for this grant for you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been posting consistently for the last couple of weeks on my Instagram and here on YouTube about how I'm looking for that perfect candidate to help them win $1 million in a grant. I'm hoping I can help like all of y'all get this $2 million grant. This is a 7-month process. So at the end of the day, we won't know until like towards the end of this year or really the beginning of next year. But man, to kickstart our year 2025 with $2 million is crazy. That's crazy, okay? So put yourself in position now. So the offer, I'm going to go over the offer one more time before we get out of here. The offer for this grant writing service, okay, for me to apply for this $2 million grant and 4 extra grants, okay, so I'm applying for a total of 5 grants. It's $420. You can book a one-on-one consultation with me just to have reassurance on if this is the perfect grant for you. But the other 4 grants are going to be the perfect grant for you. In general, all of them will be, okay? So, you can book a one-on-one consultation with me. I dropped the link here in the description or in the chat. It's also in the description. That one, it's only $47, all right? It's a 45-minute consultation. And we'll talk about grants and what serves in your favor. And then I'll give you reassurance on whether or not you should move forward with my grant writing service or not, okay? I'll also give you the steps on how to best prepare yourself for this opportunity, even if you are going to go for it yourself, okay? All right, any last questions before we get out of here, friends? Any last questions? I love talking to you guys and just like encouraging you guys to apply for these opportunities. There's so many grants out here, no matter what race, ethnic group, gender, sexuality, or what business industry you're getting into, there is a grant for you. Remember, grants is free money that we don't have to pay back. Okay, this is a $2 million grant. Don't be afraid of applying for it because it requires pitch proposals and a pitch deck, and also because it's a tech grant. No, maybe it's time for you to actually, get the wheels turning and bring something new to the table. If you want to be rich, you got to be different, babe. You got to be different, okay? You got to be different. A lot of the people that you guys are watching on social media, they got rich, because they're doing something different. Okay, you might see a lot of these people who do speaking events and who are motivational speakers, but they're all different. They're all different. Okay, they all have something different that they're bringing to the table, right? And it's the same thing for you. If you are in the beauty industry, if you are into Airbnbs, you got to bring something different to the table as well. So this is all this grant is asking you to do. Bring something new, bring something innovative to the table. Right? I apply for this grant. I'm actually creating, and you guys know at the beginning of the year, I created an app called the Grant Navigator, and it's something that the grant writers, business administrators, and also, just small business owners and startups, they can use this app, but it's costing a lot of money for me to develop, right? So I applied for this grant. So you guys can apply for it, okay? All right, what is the name of the grant? The grant is called, and I'll show it to you before we get out of here. America Seed Fund is the seedfund.nsf.gov. Let me show it to you. No, but thank you, Miss Lady. Definitely want to connect soon. Absolutely, Mike. Let's do it. Gotta be. Let's do it. All right. So this is the grant. All right. Here, one last look before we get up out of here. seedfund.nsf.gov, all right, for startups or anyone who is looking to develop something, bring something new to the table, okay? I have a full live stream yesterday. We dove deep into this grant opportunity. And also this morning, I believe we went through it roughly, all right? But majority of this live stream, I gave you guys some really great examples. The first 15 minutes of this live stream, we're actually going over the steps. And then we're also going over how you can get me to apply for you, right? And 4+ grants. So you can go over that at the first 15 minutes of this live, okay? All right, so it's been a pleasure, you guys. Go ahead and book a one-on-one consultation with me because I want to talk to you, friend, and I want to encourage you, and I want to help you out with really taking yourself to the next level. It's only $47. It's super worth it. Everybody says it's worth it. I have so many different reviews on my consultations, and I'd love to talk to you guys and get to know about what you are thinking with developing your company. All right, so book a $47 call with me. The link is in the description. It's also here in the chat. All right, and then yeah. I'll talk to you guys soon. Like, share this video. Let your friends know the first 15 minutes. They gotta watch it. They gotta watch the first 15 minutes of this at least because it's gonna give them everything they need to know on how to apply, search and apply for grants and how to apply for this $2 million opportunity. I love you guys. Peace and blessings, okay? What are the 3 websites we must re-register with again? Go over it the first 15 minutes. That's what I said. Go over the first 15 minutes of this live, okay? Or go over my live stream yesterday. We went over it. I love you guys. Peace and blessing. Enjoy the rest of your business week, and we will talk soon. Bye, friend. Peace.